They just like fly around and get in your face, and I'm just like, ah! Hi everyone, my name is Thimble Carats. I am a part rabbit, part skunk furry artist. I primarily sculpt, but I do also enjoy digital art as well. And July is one of my favorite months of the year because that is the month of Art Fight. And if you're not familiar with Art Fight, it is an event that's the whole month of July that takes 2 teams. So you're all split in half, and it's Team Stardust, which is the team I'm on, versus Team Seafoam. And you will draw the other team's character and get points for drawing their characters. And the more points that you earn for your team, the closer that you get for your team winning at the end of the month. You can also draw characters from your own team if you want. So some people will do some, they call them friendly fire, and you will get points for those as well. You just don't get as many. And of course, the more time and effort that you put into each piece, you will get more points. I think that it's just a fun way to give to other artists. I know that for me personally, I love seeing my characters be drawn, and it feels good being able to draw other people's characters and learning about them and figuring out a scene that really honors that character. I also like to use Art Fight as a time for growth, and I do try to pick characters that will challenge myself in some way or another. And that's why for most of my drawings I did opt for full body or full background, or maybe some interesting lighting, or maybe all of the above, depending on the piece. This is my 4th drawing for Art Fight, and this character's name is Mitsuki. And the owner of the character, I might get this name wrong, I apologize, I'm doing my best. Either oneggiri or oneggiri? I'm not quite sure. So this character is a moth woman, and I actually have wanted to draw her for at least a year. I remember her being on my radar even just last year, and I just didn't get the chance to draw her. I ran out of time. But for this character, I really had stuck in my head this idea of her just clinging to a light. I just thought that that was just too funny of an idea, and I did think that that was going to be quite an interesting challenge for me to draw, because I knew there was going to be some really harsh lighting, and then I also had to try to get the pose right. I don't know if I still quite nailed it. I mean, I guess it works overall, but at the end I am still happy with the overall piece. So that's all that matters. And I do believe the drawing ended up taking me 4 hours to complete, maybe 5. That's typically how long my drawings take me in total. I know I was messing around a lot with the lighting and just making sure that I was getting that right, and then also just making sure I was getting the general shape correct. So a little bit about Mitsuki. She is a Japanese moon moth, and I did look them up. They're quite interesting little critters. It says that she usually maintains a serious outer appearance, and she typically wears pastel pinks, purples, and occasionally blues and greens. She's also a big fan of frilly dresses and lace designs, and I could see that with the way that this character is dressed. Oh, it looks like this character was actually designed by someone else, named Ink Buns. Oh, the irony. Oh yeah, they also have this like little, the character in moth form, and I don't know, I don't think I realized that before, and I just saw, I was kind of thinking, you know, when people will draw their characters with like a pet or something, and I thought, oh cool, she has like a little moth friend, and then I was looking closer and I go, I'm pretty sure that is her. She's gone moth mode, like complete moth mode. No girl mode, no girl moth mode, just pure moth mode. Something that is a little bit ironic is that I'm actually terrified of moths. I'm just not a fan of flying bugs. Like, they just like fly around and get in your face, and I'm just like all over the place anytime that happens. However, I also believe that all living things deserve to live, and so I do my best to not harm any of them if I can help it, and they all get released outside if I can capture them. Gosh, this season I've had like 3 close calls where moths almost murdered my face, but I'm still here. Yeah, there was one I was working in my garden and it was just like hanging out on the side of a pot, and I was just dumping some dirt out and I almost crushed him like twice. I was not on purpose. I would not crush him on purpose. And I was talking to him and I told him what the heck was he doing? Does he have a death wish? And then I think by the second time he ends up flying away, and I'm like, good. He was actually kind of pretty, I guess. And he was kind of big too. I've seen some big moths lately, like big as my eyeball. And I got big eyes. Anyway, back to Mitsuki. I loved that this character also has like little fluffy decals. I did not go away from the original clothes design. I always get kind of torn on doing that unless like they specific, like this character they did basically say that you could change stuff up as long as it's like Lolita style, but I am no fashion designer. I like to keep things simple. Hence why my outfit is simple. I made it myself and I like it a lot, but it's very simple. I would rather stay true to the original design as far as the clothing goes. Maybe, you know what? Maybe that's something I'll do for next year, is I will challenge myself, unless they say otherwise for their character is clothed, that I will dress them up differently, mix it up a little bit, come up with something of my own for that character. Because I do worry about that sometimes when I'm drawing these characters, is that maybe I'm going off of the reference too much and not really letting my own style shine through. But I don't know. I've looked back at my work and seen that I've done pretty good. Like, I feel like there's a decent, consistent style. I mean, of course, you guys can be the judge of that officially. If you think that my art style varies a lot, you're not gonna hurt my feelings if you say that it varies a lot. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. That's totally okay. Yeah, oh my gosh, I really enjoyed creating all the little dust particles. I also drew Navi from Zelda. Because I just kept hearing, hey, listen, when I was working on this. And, you know, I know she's a fairy, but it's like, it gives like that moth vibe, and there's a big lamp there, so. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this drawing that I completed for Art Fight. Thank you to the original owner for having the character for me to even draw to begin with. I hope that you liked it as well. And if you'd like to see more, please stay tuned. I will keep posting more art. Take care of each other.